Wholeness, welcome to my channel. Um, it's been a minute. This is your monthly energy reading for the month of February. So today's topic is the spider web and hidden agendas. The spider web and hidden agendas. Oh, and I got a new matchbox. See? Trust yourself. Yeah, trust that intuition, guys. We're gonna need it. So Human Collective, let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna light a match here. I'm gonna burn a little sage. So in the previous reading I made for the month of January, and also for the season of Earth, the Earth element, I talked about how this is the year of the spider, right? And by all means, I don't own a television. I don't follow what's going on in the mainstream via television. It's something I don't own. I've never owned. I'm happy to say I've never personally owned a TV. I grew up with one, but I've never personally went out, purchased my own flat screen TV, my own smart TV, if you will. I do use digital devices such as cell phones, laptops, because those are portable. They're very easy to travel with, and you can do a lot with a little. So, and I've just moved around so much throughout the past several years, it just doesn't seem very practical for me to ever purchase one. But with that, my access to information and world events and what's going on culturally, I mainly gain that information through or via YouTube, okay? The YouTube social media platform. And that's basically about it. I might catch a little bit from the radio, but if anything, I gather, I'm an intuitive woman. I'm an intuitive being. I am, I have a mystical, magical womb where I look at things. I look beyond what I can see. I listen beyond what I can hear. I feel things beyond the beyond, if you will. And so, with the videos that I upload and I make, they primarily talk on uplifting insight or commentary on things such as the digital evolution that we're going through, the digital cultural shift that's taking place, that is literally changing the very foundation of how we interact in our world with each other. The 2020s is the decade of the century, okay? The 2020s will be the decade of this century. All right? 80 years from now, a lot's going to go down. But I could tell you right now, this first decade, or this second decade going into this century, by far, is something to really pay attention to, because we're all active participants in this designed web, okay? So, year of the spider, all right? Year of the spider. In the previous video or videos that energy readings I uploaded, I discussed the energy of the spider. What is it? Energy of the spider is all about creativity. It is a feminine energy. It is the number 8 is in the shape of the infinity symbol, right? It's an ongoing cycle. And so in today's reading, the spider's web, right? The web of the spider and the hidden agenda that's taking place. You guys, woo. I'm just gonna allow the runes to speak and allow their voices to show us, because there's so much going on. If you are able to look at the map, the web, which is nature's map, okay? The map of what's going on, you'll be able to connect and pinpoint and see all the connections between the world events, global events, national events, local events, cultural shifts, political agendas, financial and economic upheaval, things that are taking place on a very macro, micro level, okay? On a very large scale to a very small scale. They're all interconnected. All of the issues regarding race, gender, sexual orientation, cultural shifts, all the things, all the things. So, got our sage burning here. I also have a beautiful little friend. This is Shungite. Shungite is and will be no longer will be able to be sourced anymore because it's running out. Because why? Well, Shungite is a very, very powerful mineral, and the properties that it has can actually cure certain cancers. And so a lot of the scientists are actually buying these up. I forgot where it's sourced originally, but the crystal shop lady that is an old acquaintance of mine, she said that this, just like Moldavite, will no longer be accessible to the public. But it is very strong, very, 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 very powerful. And it really clears up a lot of negative energy. And I'm not all about, I'm not crazy about crystals, but I do invest in some. My crystal go-to are quartz crystals, okay? They're great amplifiers. They're easy to program. They're keys of consciousness. I love clear quartz. There's nothing that you can go wrong with using them. They're very potent, especially when you program them. So that's I forgot the name of this one, but it's also very pretty and powerful and lovely. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Let's see what the rune has to say about the spider's web. All right. I'm going to start with the center, okay? Okay. Ooh, all right. So we have a lot of energy so far this year. We have a very focused energy, a very programmed type of event. See, event, that E there, that's unfolding. There's a lot of potent energy it's almost like a charged program. It's a very charged intent. Those of us who reside in North America, known as the United States, we're going through a very, very supercharged unfolding, if you will. All right. Everything that you are witnessing and seeing, or if you're in alignment of the event you're experiencing, is part of a greater agenda. It's a hidden agenda. It's hidden in plain sight. It's, I have this insight where if, the nature of evil, right? The nature of evil, which spelled backwards is live or live, the nature of evil is to make itself known but discreetly. So those of us who have the eyes to see and the ears to hear will be able to know what's going on and will be able to unsee and unhear it. Once you see the true nature of the hidden agenda, you can't unsee it and you can't unknow it. You just see it everywhere. You see it in the markets, you see it online, you see it in your neighborhoods, you see it in your churches, you see it in every sect of human life and what makes and creates the human experience. So there is a certain energy that's popping off right now, okay? All right, let's move on. Okay, something said north. So north. Again, probably North America. Frequency wars right here. This is frequency. There's 7. 7 is a very high frequency number. All right. You have 7 days a week. It's a very spiritual number. Very, very, very spiritual number. And so with North America, let's see. I'm going to pull another rune here. I'm getting a visual of a clock. I'm being guided to build a clock in this reading. Okay. Don't know why. I just feel that I'm pulled to. So I'm going to pull another energy here for an explanation. Okay. So this is a cup. All right. A cup. So we have 7 and then we have cup. We have fulfillment. All right. Huh. You know what? It's like pressure. I'm getting a visual of a cup being full, like pressure in a pot. All right. So for example, what's happening in the States right now? We're all in this pot, this hot boiling, it's full of water. Okay. And this pot has been simmering for quite some time. Like a ticking time bomb. Okay. And you know the little bubbles that form at the bottom of the pot just before the water starts to boil and move around? It's been like that for a while. And at first, like, you know, we were, you know, that pot wasn't filled to the rim. But what I'm seeing is water is being added to this boiling pot, hot boiling pot. And it's overflowing. It's beginning to overflow. This could be symbolic for the overflow of energy. It's a pressure. It's the heat that's starting to overspill. Okay? And when something when pressure, when you try to hold, and again, water is also very, very symbolic for emotions. So what I'm seeing is that there's like, you know, when you're under a lot of emotional pressure for a prolonged period of time, what happens? There's an outburst, right? So at 12 o'clock here on our clock, all right, 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, right? That 3 can be creative or an unstable type of energy, okay? So I see here that I see people, right? This could be the migration where, you know, do you guys see that too? You see the people, you see someone walking, and then you're seeing other people following. And then I'm seeing the overflow of emotions. This agenda that's being taking place is it's to emotionally manipulate the masses, to spark an overwhelming sense of I need to do something, or I feel so overwhelmed by what's going on. This is unfair, what's taking place. Why is this happening? Who's leading us? It's creating a lot of anxiety and a lot of emotional turmoil, and it's overflowing. Let's see. So this is 1 o'clock. Okay. So 1 is, you know, we're standing on foundation, right? We're standing as one and on overview. So oneness. So the one, as one country, as one voice, there is an emotional, we're feeling as a collective in the States, we're feeling overwhelmed. Okay, that is the current voice. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of things are feeling very just I'm hearing the word hormonal. It's almost like a, you know, when you feel out of control and you don't know where that's coming from, but you just feel like you can't do anything to stop it. It's not a really good place to be, and it's not a good feeling at all. It's a very like anxiety, you know, it's an emotional anxiety All right, let's follow up with 2. Okay, this is the wolf. This is the wolf. There's no guidance. There's a lack of guidance here. We are feeling, it's almost like animalistic too, like very primitive, very primal. When I think of wolf packs and wolves, they are very hierarchical, and everyone knows their place and everyone knows their role. But if you have someone or groups of people or groups of wolves emotional and unstable in the pack, it weakens the pack. When the role, see, you should see a leader there at the front, but there is none. We're lacking leadership, and that's causing a lot of like real leadership, and that's causing a lot of emotional turmoil. And when you have an emotional turmoil in a wolf pack, you have internal conflicts begin to take form. All right, 3 o'clock. We have the triangle, the womb. 3 is very unstable. And the very fact that it came out at 3 o'clock says a lot. 3 o'clock, 3 a.m., usually they call it the devil's hour, right? But it's also, if you widen your perception, it can also be a very powerful hour. It could be a very powerful. Also, 3 is the 3rd month of 2024 of this year too. So March could also be a pivotal month this year. I know this summer is probably going to be very hot. It's going to be a very hot summer. And I'm not talking about the sun and the heat and the weather, okay? I've mentioned many times on this channel, cycles and seasons. Seasons and cycles. What happened January 2020? What happened in March 2020? Ooh, my left ear is ringing. Left ear is ringing. Wow, okay. What happened in January 2020 and in March 2020? What happened June 2020? That summer. Yeah. And the fire's flickering. Woo, okay. So yeah, there's definitely some form of an unstable type of energy. And again, this rune, this energy in the middle is pointing directly to the triangle, to the number 3, this unstable energy, okay? So look out for March for next month, all right? And this is pertaining to hidden agendas. Hidden agendas that are not so hidden. They're hidden in plain sight. Hidden agendas that are hidden in plain sight for you to see. Pay attention. Those that know. Those that know. Okay, let's move on to 4 o'clock. Serpentine, that's serpent energy, the serpentine energy right there, the snake. Okay, 4. 4 is symbolic for stability. It is symbolic for it's a wall. It's foundational. Okay, and when you have a transformative energy on the foundation, such as a snake, and the snake is close to the ground, is it not? It's very connected to the earth. Yes, you have your tree snakes, but you'll have your serpents who live. Predominantly, they're very connected to the earth element, right, and the fire element. And so earth and fire. So you have foundational energy, but then you also have this fire energy. And that could be anger. That could be a life force, something transformative taking place. That's what fire is. It transforms. It burns things to ash, and that ash becomes something else, right? But you can get a lot of anger and a lot of overstimulation, right? And so we're already we're beginning with water, right? It's very watery, it's very emotional right now for the human collective, especially in the Western world. The Western world is going through, the whole globe is going through a reprogram and a shift, if you will, and consciousness, and even the cosmos. It goes beyond just our perception, our limited perception of time and space. Okay, it is what it is. However, you know, what I'm saying isn't just limited to the U.S. It's for the Western world. It's for everyone. It's for the whole human collective, this whole transformative period. So possibly in the month of April, we're going to get something that's possibly really going to change and shift perceptions right now, okay? This year anyway. Let's move forward. 5, 5th hour. And the 5 can be of change too. 5 represents change, movement for sure. Again, very unstable. You have the Y. Maybe sometime in March, or not March, May, the 5th month of the year, we're going to have a lot of questions. People are starting to ask questions already, but these questions people are going to start seeking answers. And also I'm hearing like yes, like the Y is also yes, confirmation on certain truths or certain concerns or certain agendas. Like, is this true? Yes, it is, right? So May could be possibly, very kind of like you have to just accept what is. You have to accept the truth. But that 5 energy, the 5th hour, right? That 5 is symbolic for change. Again, see, these next few months are going to be very transformative and and the thing is that you see, this is the center. This is fast-paced energy. It's a focused energy. It's an energy that has purpose and it has intention behind it. Okay, and so the energy, the answers that we're seeking to the questions, to our whys, they're gonna come in very quickly, very sharp, and it's going to, probably in the month of May, it's going to influence action. It's going to influence how we're thinking as the human collective, how we're feeling, and our actions, and the actions that we take. And I don't think there's anything that can prepare anyone for this, really. And 6. And 6 in the occultic world, it's sex. It is literally a very feminine energy. It's very softer energy, actually. In the 6th hour, what do we have? I'm hearing strength will be needed. I see the spine there. See the spine? I also see stitches too. So there's some kind of like battle, if you will. Like people are there possibly may be some riots. There's physical altercations in the month of June. Okay? I'm not here to perpetuate fear. I'm not a fear monger. This isn't fear porn. I'm just reading the energies that I'm pulling. And this is what I see. I'm seeing that we're going to need a spine. We're going to need to be strong and to have strength in our convictions and what we truly believe is right without causing harm to another. It's okay to believe in what you believe is right, but do not impose that on other people. Otherwise, that will cause, that will possibly cause violence. Like we're under a pressure cooker right now. That's what I'm seeing anyway. January was full of this emotional, like, oh my gosh, look at what they're doing, or look at what they're not doing. They're causing the cup to spill over. It's just that pot's just bubbling over with water. putting out the flame. And then that this month there will possibly be some internal conflict within the wolf pack. Okay? The wolf pack is symbolic for a country or a nation or community. But this isn't good. I'm not getting like uplifting, loving vibes in this reading. 7. Again, now 7's going to be connected to the energy here. July. July. Okay. This is what I'm getting now. I'm getting a no. This is a universal for no. Right? They even have a little emoji digital hieroglyph that's like that. Right? That means no. And this could be a collective no. Right? In this country, it could be a collective no on a global scale. Right? Like we're back in May of this year, we're getting a lot of yeses, confirmation to the questions that we're being forced to ask ourselves. But there's some kind of no that's like, nuh-uh, nope, we're not taking it. We're not doing this way. Or it could be, we're not allowing you to do this way. But there is a big defiance in the 7th month for sure. Just a big no, like absolutely not. Do not pass go. Okay. Next, in the 8th month, 8th hour. Fire. Actually, I'm hearing it isn't what you think it is. Something hidden here. Something hidden within something else. You see that? Something hidden within something else. In the 8th month of this year, something was going to be presented as a certain way, a certain image, a certain ideology, a certain truth. Be very cautious into feeding your energy into that. It is not what it seems. That literally came through very clearly to me. It is not what it seems and what you think it is. This year in the web of the spider, and with all these hidden agendas that are right in our faces, and they're playing out, it is paramount that you remain neutral during this time. You're going to feel deep in your gut, you're going to feel pulled to go one way or the other. And look, and I see this major split here in the 5th month in May. I see this major split. I do. People are going to want to just go this way, like, oh yeah, vote for Trump, or I'm going to vote for Biden, or I'm not going to vote at all. It's very, very careful. You need to be very aware before making any decisions. Okay? Before participating in organizations and institutions that stand for one thing or another. Yeah, these are going to be some very interesting times indeed. Okay, 9. The 9th hour, the 9th month, September. Okay. 9 is the endings, okay? Endings. 9 is representative of endings. And look at what I pulled here. That looks like an explosion to me. Something's popping off in September, that's for sure. It's alchemical, or it could be chemical. Something's definitely popping off. And I don't know if that's a physical bomb or physical like conflict, but I'm seeing just it just looks like that. It's just this whole emotional pressure cooker right here. That's what that's turning into. In many different directions too. It's coming from many different directions. Oh boy. Okay. The 10th hour. Going back to 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. Manifestation, full moon, full action, October. Whoo. I'm hearing ow. I'm hearing a wolf howling. And usually when wolves howl, it could be celebratory, it could be mournful. Okay. So something, whatever the event or events that will manifest in the 10th month of this year possibly will be celebratory for some and incredibly mournful for others. Okay? That's exactly what came through. 11th hour, the final energy here. Oh boy. The 11th hour is stagnation. It is confusion. It is a decision that needs to be made. You're pulled left, you're pulled right, or it can be strength. No matter if you're being pulled left or right, you stand firm in your convictions. Guys, which will lead, again, that word leading. Do you see this transition? So we're being tested. Our strength is being tested, left or right, my dear human collective. And we're going to have to choose if we want to lead ourselves in a new direction. Look at that. You see the leader? You see the potential leader that has to go through this confusion, this uncertainty, this do I make this decision or that decision, or do I stand firm in where I am and who I am? All right, guys, that's the web. And the web was in the form of a clock. It's in a form of a clock. At first I thought, okay, world events, whatnot. But the spider's web is, the web of the spider is a clock. And the clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Social media, right? The clock is ticking, guys. This is our year. This is our year for sure. So, take that as you will. Again, my energy readings are very fluid. I may follow, a structure of traditional runes of, Scandinavian way of outlining the runes, or I just might pick them randomly. I'm allowing them to just, and source God to flow through them how they need to flow through. But the web of the spider is in the form of a clock, and everything is already timed and designed already. Every little thing. And the key to free yourself from any limitation within this timeline that I just mapped out for you all is to be present. I know it's very difficult to live in a paradigm where everything's mapped out for you, when you should retire, when you should get married, when you should have a child, when you should go to school, when you should travel, when you should take vacation, when you should eat dinner, when everything is designed in a very specific way that usually takes us out of the present moment. We're always looking back and we're always looking ahead, and the paradigm is designed for that. Everyone's anticipating the election 2025 between Trump and Biden. Everyone's anticipating conflict with the border situation. Everyone's anticipating this and anticipating that, but no one's paying attention to the here and now. The present moment designs the future. Right now, the now, right now, it designs our future, my dear human collective. We are all deciding as one to move forward in a certain frequency. In a certain frequency. But because this energy is so, I just feel like it's already planned. All these things that are happening, they're already part of a master plan. And the question I have is, who's governing in it? Who's controlling it? People that we see on TV, social media, the news anchors, the world leaders, anyone you see on C-SPAN, CNN, all this, other celebrities, anyone you see on a screen, they're being used. They are part of the agenda. They are part of the agenda. And the question you have to ask yourself, human collective, is what role are you playing? Because for dang sure, we are playing a role in this with them, whether we like it or not. That's where I'm going to end the reading. Leave your comments below and tell me what you feel or think. I'm very interested in how you guys receive these type of readings with these rooms. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you when I post the next one. Take care.